What's up, people? It's Sidoris here with JS Economics. One of the things I've been doing in my spare time is spending a lot of time on Reddit, and one of my new favorite subreddits is Capitalism v Socialism. I've been spending a lot of time on there, talking to different people, getting into different debates, and sometimes it ends up in a big flame war. I usually don't participate in those types of discussions. I opt out, but when it's not a flame war, sometimes there's actually some pretty insightful discussion going on. So I find that to be kind of entertaining and I get a kick out of it. The cool thing about that subreddit is that it's a free speech zone. So unlike a lot of Reddit where the conversation is constantly being shut down, you have moderators that are biased, and if you post something that they don't like, they will either ban you in some cases or they will mute you. The mods on this particular subreddit just allow the discussion to take place. So this all makes for a very interesting conversation if you're into these types of political, ideological debates. And like I said, I am learning a lot about the other side, and one of the things that has come to my attention that I find intriguing is that many of these socialists have read Adam Smith. And on several different occasions, I've seen the Adam Smith argument come up as if he was a supporter of socialism. Now, I'm not sure if these people are intentionally being deceitful or if they really think that Adam Smith somehow supported socialism. But one of the things I keep seeing is that this argument that capitalists somehow extract value from trade where no labor is actually being invested by the capitalist. And it seems that this is being used to agree with the idea that Marx had, that capitalists are extracting surplus value from labor and that they don't actually contribute any value themselves. So in that sense, it supports this idea that the capitalists who are using labor to create value and then trading it are not actually creating value. They are just it's a transfer of wealth from consumers to capitalists, and it's a transfer of production from workers to capitalists. So capitalists, or the bourgeoisie, are getting all this extra value without actually contributing anything. So I want to clear this up. This is a misconception of what Adam Smith was actually saying. What Smith is describing is the process by which new value is created through capitalism. So this is not a transfer of wealth. It's not, the value is not created through the exploitation of labor. It's not theft. This is new value that is created out of thin air just by trading. So if this trade did not happen, that value would never have been created. So here's an example. Let's say that I don't have any pants, and you don't know if that's true or not, but let's just say, for the sake of the video, that it is true. I don't have any pants, but let's say I have 2 pairs of shoes. And let's say that you don't have any shoes, but you have 2 pairs of pants. So the extra pair of pants to you is not worth all that much, and the extra pair of shoes to me is not worth that much. But I would like to have a pair of pants, and you would like to have a pair of shoes. So we can trade, and both of us are better off than we were before. So this is not a transfer of wealth. This is not a zero-sum game. Both of us are better off, and therefore value is created out of thin air. No labor has to be done here, and nobody is being exploited. This is all that has to happen is we trade items, and the value is just there. Now Marx comes along a little later and says, no, the value is actually being created through labor. And I think that a lot of socialists now are conflating the two ideas, but that's not what Adam Smith was saying, and the whole labor theory of value is a whole other can of worms, and we can talk about that another day. But Adam Smith did not support the labor theory of value because he understood that value can be created through trade. And for that matter, value is also created when a laborer chooses to sell his labor to an employer. Yes, the laborer gives up his time and has to work, and he gets paid. This is not a zero-sum game where the employer is extracting value out of the worker. This is mutually beneficial. The reason that a laborer is selling his time to an employer is because he believes that that will give him the best return on his investment of time. So again, this is just a trade of money for labor, and in this case, value is created here as well. And then that value is split between the employer and the laborer. So that's all I wanted to say about this. I hope that clears things up. See you later.